What is up, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Market Marauder Show, beating the market one trade at a time. If you're new to the Market Marauder Show, it's an investment channel, helps you to find the best deals in the market. If that's something you're interested in, make sure that thumbs up. Definitely helps the YouTube algorithm with the videos. All right, today we'll be going over some of the stocks that I think everyone should be watching, especially while the market is down. So the market is currently down, having a lot of bearish downward momentum, especially in your SPY and your QQQ, which is like the total market. Um, Based on some of the things that the Fed has said, inflation is one of the problems that's been going on. You also have the supply chain issues that are going on. I don't think the pandemic or COVID is really that big of an issue as far as market is concerned, but you still have a lot of job openings in the labor market starting to ramp back up currently. So there are a lot of issues that are plaguing the market, which are causing the market to go down, especially the Fed themselves. And so these are some plays that I think are currently on sale, which I would call a fire sale. So if you played Call of Duty at any point in time, fire sale is basically where you get things for cheap. Referred to guns, but fire sale in the case of stocks. So the term is in the stock market buy the dip, and this is the dip. So I think a lot of these plays are on sale. So let's jump to the first one. We have Netflix. Netflix, I think, is currently oversold. Fell from like around the $516 range, all the way to 351. Currently at 373, so up $13.30 in the after hours. It currently is bearish. The moving average 10 is below the 50 and 100. So moving average 50 is currently at $376.42. Moving average 100, which is this purple line, is at $443.84. So I think Netflix was definitely oversold. I don't think people are going to stop watching Netflix, especially with the success of Squid Game, and you have Squid Game season 2 coming out. I think that showed just the popularity of Netflix in general, that they're able to create content that people want to see. And so I think, even though their user or subscriber number went down, I think more people are going to continue to watch it when these shows, or if they can make more shows like that for people to enjoy. Next one here we have Apple. Apple with the one being the largest market cap in the market, with I think 3 trillion. They hit $3 trillion market cap. So whenever they go down or they're on sale, I think it's a great opportunity to buy. They did hit a low of 154.70. They currently are bearish at 160.50. So they ended the day at $160.50. They will have to retest their moving average 50 and 100, which is at 100 and 65.04 at the moving average 100. They currently, at the end of the day, are above the moving average. Uh, no, they're currently below the moving average 50 as well, which is at 160.74. So at 160.50, they'll have to retest 160.74 and then retest 165.04. Now, VWAP is starting to go down on this one, so it may bounce off that moving average 50 when the market opens, or it may continue to go down even past this 154.70. Either way, I think it's still a great buying opportunity for Apple. Next, we have NVIDIA. I think NVIDIA, when it goes on sale as well, is always a great buying opportunity, especially considering people are going to be continuing to use their GPUs for mining. Irregardless of what people say, I think people are still going to be using their GPUs for mining. And then you have all of the Web3 stuff that's coming out, and then all the metaverse stuff that's coming out, which is using NVIDIA's products. So I think Nvidia is going to continue to grow, especially if they can, make products that people like, and if people can get their hands on them. There have been a lot of people who haven't been able to get a lot of these graphics cards because bots buy them up. But that's the name of the game. Hopefully, some of these products will come out. Hopefully, they'll have affordable options, and hopefully, this shortage problem will be mitigated at least by the end of 2022, hopefully, so that people can begin transferring into the metaverse. So they did have a low of 208.92, great buying opportunity for Nvidia. I think they're going to continue to be a great long-term play for your portfolio. Next, you have F, which is for Ford. They had a low of $18.80. I think that was a great buying point for Ford. They since have rallied up to $20.06. They are bearish. Moving average 10 is below the 100, but it is above the 50. So they will have to retest this $21.81 level. Now Ford has a large line of EV products that they're trying to come out with as far as vehicles are concerned. I think that's going to be something to look forward to. It seems to be a play that Biden likes. And, they're really big on trying to convert a lot of this or go carbon neutral for a lot of the vehicles. And it seems like the government themselves like the Ford, I guess, ecosystem that they're creating over Tesla. Now, Tesla has a greater following as far as people who are investing in the stock. They do have a larger market cap, so ultimately they're going to move a lot faster than Ford. But I think if you're looking for a great one to hold on to, that could potentially, bolster your portfolio for the long term to create a great base. Ford will definitely be a great one, especially with the rollout of their EVs. Next, we have Tesla. Tesla, I think, is still going to be a good company overall. They did have their earnings report. It was very disappointing for me, especially considering that they said they weren't going to be focusing on the Cybertruck. Now, when the Cybertruck first was announced and they had a demonstration, people were crazy about the Cybertruck and also the semis. But it seems like Tesla has kind of put a lot of these things on the back burner, which I feel like could hurt their reputation with their investors. Now, like I said, Tesla is very investor centric, meaning that the things that they come out with, the products, are helping to drive the price up because investors are looking at them as innovations, and also they like the CEO Elon Musk. And so when you kind of disappoint the investors, or you say, "Hey, we're going to make this product, but we're not going to make it," or "We're just going to put that to the back burner," the longer you delay these items, even though people have placed orders in, they're like, well, I can switch to another alternative. And you have a company like Ford or GM that's like, we're going to try to pump out as many vehicles as possible, make them affordable. People may get those just because, um, they can get them readily accessible instead of waiting 2 or 3 years to try to get this vehicle that you've pre-ordered. And so I think that's something Tesla should work on. Now, not any tout to them. I think their technology is still the best in the world for autonomous driving as well as for EV battery technology. But I think one thing that helps drive up the stock price, I think, is investor confidence. And you lose investor confidence, I feel like you can lose a large portion of your market share. Next, we have INTC, which is for Intel. Now, Intel said that they're going to be investing, I think it was $2 billion into a facility in Ohio to help with the chip shortage. And I think that's a huge step forward for Ohio, the state of Ohio, as well as for the chip shortage situation. So I think Intel could definitely benefit from that. They do have the capability to do so. I think they could benefit from that as well. And then also, they don't have to worry about making chips for Apple anymore since Apple has gone with its own silicon chips. For almost a year now, they've had their own M1 chips in all their systems. So I think if Intel can get their factory up and running in a pretty substantial amount of time and start producing those chips, they could definitely benefit, which would make them a great long-term play. Now, they did end the day at $50.23. They are bearish. Moving average 10 is below the 100, but it is above the 50, so they will have to retest this $52.99 range. They did have a low of 49.89, which I think was a great entry point, but we'll see where they go and see if they can continue to rally back up. If not, I still think at 50.23 is a great entry point for Intel, especially considering all the things they're doing and all of the advantageous projects that they have, and especially compared to them versus the Taiwan Semiconductor, which I do not have on the list, which is ticker sign TSM, which is kind of the basis for the whole semiconductor industry. And so, if Intel can get their hands in that industry, I think it will help them overall as well. And so next on here, we have AMD. So next on here, we have AMD. AMD stands for the Advanced Micro Devices. And so AMD is another one that makes GPUs and CPUs. I think those are going to be very crucial in the automotive industry as well as this ramp up to the metaverse. And so AMD, I think, is still going to be a good long-term play, just like NVIDIA. Now, AMD products aren't really touted as much as NVIDIA products, but I think they are similar in quality. Some people prefer AMD, some people prefer NVIDIA. I would say NVIDIA is more popular than AMD, but I think AMD overall will still be able to benefit from this ramp into the metaverse and then people getting into crypto mining. You can look up what your output would be for either one. So I think it doesn't really matter which type of GPU you use. But like I said again, AMD I think will be able to benefit from that. Now they are bearish at $111.99, which is where they ended the day, up $1.28. And so they definitely will have to retest this 122.61, which is the moving average 100 line. They did have a low of 107.50, which was a great buying opportunity. 111.19 is still a great buying opportunity, especially considering that they were very high from there at like 156.73, and this was around the um, December time frame. So around the Christmas time frame, they were like $50 above where they currently are at. So I think they're currently on sale as well. And lastly, on here, we have Meta Platforms, which was formerly known as Facebook. Their ticker sign is still FB, and they changed their name to Meta Platforms because they're trying to get into the metaverse. And so I think as we continue, we're going to start to see more corporations really get into the metaverse. You'll see Facebook, which already has all of the social marketing aspect of it. They have the user base. They could really be able to take advantage of the metaverse. I think them alongside Microsoft could really be two big players for the metaverse, corporately and socially. They're really ahead of the curve when it comes to metaverse plays. Now, talking about metaverse, I'm talking about hardware, and I'm talking about developing different metaverse activities. There are already currently metaverses out there, but that's in a whole nother spectrum as far as crypto is concerned. You have the Sandbox, you have Decentraland, you have a lot of other projects that are out there in the metaverse that are currently up and running. So this is kind of separate, talking about the stocks section of the metaverse. So make sure you do your research on the metaverse. You hear a lot of people talk about it on YouTube, but it is a very interesting concept, and there are already players out there in the space, not just Facebook or Microsoft. So they had a low of 289.02. I think that was a great buying point as well. Since then, they rallied up 57 cents from their close to end at 295.20. So I think Facebook, being one of the top 10 companies in the S&P 500, I think will continue to shine as time goes on, and we'll see how they perform. But since they're on sale, I think it's a great opportunity to at least give them a second look and put them on your watch list. So hopefully that list helped you all out. Still a lot of plays going out there, a lot of sectors to look at. In 2022, you have the metaverse, you have crypto mining, which is still a thing, and then you also have EV sector. So I think those three are going to be three big sectors for 2022. So tell me your thoughts. Tell me what stocks you guys are looking at down in the comment section below. While you're down there, make sure that thumbs up. Definitely helps YouTube algorithm for the videos, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.